on Gurdeep as well. So they've got three key defenders to stop Maninder.
And those three defenders will need to be fearless because they are up against one of the best raiders in the history of Vivo Pro Kabaddi. It's Maninder Singh, and when it comes to being fearless with zones, Maninder pushing the defender into a corner.
And now they consolidate. That's better from UP Yodha. They now revive one more man. And who is that one man? Wait for the...
He waited for the defender to make a mistake.
Pardeep second rate. Pardeep second failure tonight. And this is absolute carnage. They are targeting Pardeep Narwal, and this Bengal Warriors defense means business. Mohammad Nabi Baksh, the all-rounder, is turning up.
Inside the first 7 minutes, the Bengal Warriors with a 4-point lead. It's 7-3. Pardeep Narwal back on the bench.
Nabi Baksh is the one who went in with a thigh hold. And UP Yodha fans wondering what they've got to do to change the course of this match. 10-3 in favour of the defending champions, who are playing a brilliant brand of Kabaddi at this stage.
And they've come out with the confidence of defending champions. They're not looking like a team that's playing their first game after a 2-year layoff, man.
And that's what it does when you retain the core of your team. Very good management skills from the Bengal Warriors at the auction table to keep most of their personnel together. This man has remained with the UP Yodha side. There is our friend, the drone, and these are the gorgeous pictures you will get from our drone cam all through this season. Live from Bengaluru. Wonderful scenes through our drone cam. You get an understanding of how the defense moves around in that C-shaped formation, swaying from both directions, and the one man that has swayed off court is Shrikant Jadhav.
What a dash that was! What a dash! Nobody from the Bengal Warriors expected that dash to come through, leave alone Shrikant Jadhav, the raider.
That was astonishingly good. Darshan leaves his mark, charges and hammers him off court into the hoardings, into our cameraman. And the Bengal Warriors on the sidelines have risen as well, and why not? Look at that scoreline.
Opportunism at its best from the Bengal Warriors defense. You know what is amusing me? Oh, Maninder! This man is a truck!
The UP defense has no answers to the power of Maninder Singh. Pardeep Narwal will need some magic here. 1,161 points in his Pro Kabaddi career. But what counts is this debut here for the UP Yodha side.
But imagine the pressure on this man. He's been with the Patna Pirates for 5 seasons prior. The most expensive player in the history of the game, 1,65 lakhs. And he has to get the UP Yodhas off to a flying start.
It's going to be expensive raid points if he doesn't get them. 1 versus 5. Now the bonus line is not active. Remember, the bonus line, the black line, is only active when you have 6 or 7 defenders on the mat. Mohammad Nabi Baksh looks so assured when he comes into raid. There's a really good leadership quotient in the Bengal Warriors camp, Raj, and for me that's why I peg them very highly this season too. If Nabi Baksh goes off court, Maninder can lead the team. If he goes off court, Sukesh Hegde is there to lead the team. If he goes off court, Abozan Vigani can as well. They've got experience in that lineup.
It's like a team of captains, man. But you know, Suhail, I was saying, what I find amusing at this point is, just before this season began, we were having these massively intense discussions about, are the players going to be match ready? Are they going to be rusty? Are they going to be fit when they get onto the mat? Will we be looking at injuries or, periods of rest? I mean, look at the intensity we've seen in all 3 games today.
First tackle point for UP Yodha, and the intensity, as you said, is there for all to see. Also the first point for Nitesh Kumar. He's been the best defender over the last 3 seasons. He's now announced himself with that scalp of Maninder. Oh, finally, a few grimaces for the Bengal Warriors fans.
The trainer Pardeep Narwal in a do-or-die raid. He needs a point here. He cannot go back without a point, because if he does, he won't. That's vintage Pardeep for you.
66 out.
Rinku Narwal looking to launch himself, and the man, the record breaker Pardeep Narwal, opens his account. turns away from that diving thigh hold. Finally, the record breaker, his first points in UP Yodha colours.
Making it look very easy. Sukesh Hegde on raid now. And as Suhail was mentioning, exceptional balance in this side. There's Maninder, there's Nabi Baksh, there's Sukesh Hegde. What more could a coach want?
And each of them bring a different skill set. Sukesh Hegde is a bonus points expert. Maninder will power through you, and Nabi Baksh will pinch those points when you least expect it. And that's why they got such a balanced unit. But this man, he doesn't need balance. He does the unthinkable. 88 points with a dubki, 33 kick, 31 jumps. That is what he brings. Every element of his skill will be on display. There you go. Easy as you like. Once he picks up the first point, once momentum is with Pardeep Narwal, watch out defense, he's on to you.
We always knew, we've seen Pardeep Narwal being, agile. We've seen him being nimble on his feet. Does he look stronger to you this season, Suhail?
Yeah, he does. There seems to be a bit more upper body strength about Pardeep Narwal. He's always had the lower body agility. And if you go watch him train in his town of Rindhana in Haryana, you'll see such unique ways of training for Pardeep Narwal, and that's why he's so good. The dubki as well, and as we said earlier, he is the man for the bonus points, and he gets it on cue. Sukesh Hegde.
A 6-point gap. The Bengal Warriors are 13. 8 left to play. The super tackle is on. That's a very Iranian technique to defend. Make yourself as small as you can. But Pardeep Narwal is great in these situations. Did he step out? Did he step out of bounds?
Yeah, Parveen has. And now Darshan is a sitting duck on the other corner.
2 points.
2 points. He got one freebie on the left corner. And then Darshan, who was crouching in the right corner, was tagged easily by Pardeep Narwal, and they're one man away. There you go, the heel steps off court from Parveen. And then easy scalp on the other side.
Sukesh Hegde, the last man standing for the Bengal Warriors. We know he can pick bonus points at will, but he needs a touch here.
Oh, one man goes off, Sumit. Sumit has to go off. So he's got one. He should have just headed back. Sukesh Hegde had a bonus point, had a touch point. He should have just gone back to his side and not been too greedy. But instead, he's been tackled as well. But not an all-out yet, because he did get that one out of bounds point, which means one man gets revived.
But like you said, that was just greed there. And there you go. That's a surrender. That's an all-out.
And just like that, all out for UP Yodha. That man, Pardeep Narwal, already has picked up 5 points. He was tackled in his first 2 raids. But since then, he's come back and done what Pardeep Narwal so often does. He brought his side back. And look at that scoreline now. Just a 2-point game.
He makes it look so simple. It's raid upon successful raid upon successful raid. The man just doesn't stop.
He hasn't stopped for 6 seasons, I think. He's just that good.
What an outstanding story it's been from season 1. The first time he played, he had 9 points through the season?
Then didn't get an opportunity after. But then season 3 saw Pardeep Narwal rise with the Pirates, and he made several people walk the plank for seasons to come. 3 times in a row, he was the man that took the Patna Pirates almost single-handedly at times to the title, and now he's here in new colours doing the same thing.
Yeah, but heavy lies the head that wears the crown. An entire state's hopes rest on the shoulders of this man, Pardeep Narwal, number 9, taking a brief breather.
Yeah, Pardeep will have no role to play in the defence. That's one thing we've seen with this man. He says, defenders, you guys do the job, as they've just done for him. They have circled Sukesh Hegde, they have surrounded him, and they have pinned him down. UP Yodha's defence is now starting to talk.
Like they've just woken up from a slumber. Look at him coming around.
Yeah, Nitesh Kumar first with the ankle hold. Then the cover defender came around to wrap him. And now it gives Surinder Gill the cushion to go express himself, because Pardeep Narwal has done the job, the tough business as well, to bring the UP Yodha squad back in business.
And suddenly we are seeing some sort of intensity, incredible intent from the UP Yodha. The Bengal Warriors had it easy the first, 9 minutes or so, and Maninder. Oh, well done. We thought Maninder would make it back across the line. But that's fantastic. You know, I think this isn't planned from the UP Yodha defense. It's happening in the moment.
It certainly is. One of the new men in the UP Yodha defense is Shubham Kumar. But this man has a do-or-die raid, and we're watching his power panga moment as well. That was an 8-point raid, which had Virat Kohli lost for words as well. And as we're seeing the 8-point raid on the bottom of your screen, at the top of your screens, Pardeep Narwal says, I've got a freebie. I don't even need 8 points when you give me one without doing anything at all.
Defender out of bounds.
Was that Abuzar Meghani who stepped out of bounds?
Please.
Referee comes in. The Iranian with his first real glaring error on the right corner. It's a rare error from Abuzar Meghani. He's normally very sure of where he is on court. That spatial awareness is what you need as a defender, especially on those corners. We've seen a couple of, actually more than a couple of times today, the defender stepping out of bounds. We've seen one more example of that with Abuzar Meghani in that right corner. But that's all because of the pressure created.
One defender out of bounds, 1 point.
By Pardeep Narwal.
You know the beautiful thing about this game, I'm saying, the game of Pro Kabaddi, it began fast and furious for the Bengal Warriors. They were in the driver's seat, but with 3 minutes to go, the UP Yodha not only coming back, but actually lording it over the Bengal Warriors. There must be a few flutters in that. 2 points.
Hang on, this is interesting. There's Abuzar Meghani, he steps off, so he's gone. Wait for it. Oh, that's close. And I don't know if they'll review that, but they haven't chosen to. And therefore, both corners for the Bengal Warriors have been wiped out. And look at that scoreline. UP Yodha are now in the lead after trailing by about 9 at one stage. However, when Nabi Baksh is alive, do not take anything for granted. Bonus +1.
Did you look at that escape? He frogged it back to his side of the mat.
It's astonishing how much lower body strength Nabi Baksh possesses. He is so strong. We saw that in the final of season 7 when Maninder was injured. Nabi Baksh is the one that led them to the championship, and he's doing the job as a defender as well. Mohammad Nabi Baksh. This is the worth of the all-rounder that he is.
Wasn't Nabi Baksh one of the only players in the season prior, 2 years back, who had a Super 10 and a high 5?
Yep.
Also, Nabi Baksh crawls faster than most human beings run. Huh? I'm telling you this now.
He really does. The fans loved it as well. Mohammad Nabi Baksh, he was actually only one of 2 players in PKL 7 with at least 30 raid points and 30 tackle points. That is the definition of a true all-rounder. This man is pure strength, but over the last 5 raids, Maninder Singh has struggled. Just the 1 raid point. UP Yodha's defense has managed to keep him quiet. What a match. Brijesh, it's crazy. We only have 1 minute left in this first half. It seems like we just started this game, but that is the frantic pace, not just of Pro Kabaddi, but of 2 high-quality teams.
While we're seeing the frantic pace on our screens, I can also hear the toll the frantic pace has taken on Sohail Chandok's throat. It looks like he's been commentating for 6 days now.
I love it. We are back in business, man. How good is it to have Vivo Pro Kabaddi back in Season 8? 17-18, U Mumbai versus Bengaluru to start, Fazal versus Pawan. Then we saw the Bahubali in a tight game, and now up against the defending champions, you've got Pardeep Narwal. I mean, if that's not enough for you on night number 1, I don't know what is.
Exceptional evening of Vivo Pro Kabaddi. Promising, began with a bang, promises to end with one. The last raid of the first half of Game 3, Vivo Pro Kabaddi Season 8. It's a do-or-die raid. Maninder Singh for the Bengal Warriors cannot go back empty-handed. The bonus is not on Maninder Singh, and he's been stopped.
How good is that from UP Yodha? Sumit Singh on that left corner. Sumit and Nitesh Kumar are the linchpins of that defense. This time it was the left corner, and true to the nature of this game, it is 18 apiece at the end of the first half, and that pretty much justifies the scoreline, because this man, Pardeep Narwal, the record breaker, found a way to bring the UP Yodha squad back into this contest. We had a tight game. Short breather here, and we'll be back for brilliant action in the second half. Stick around, we'll be right back.
Vivo.
3 साल हो गए रिटायर हुए, पर कबड्डी का जुनून कम नहीं हुआ है। होगा भी कैसे? हाउजेट पे कबड्डी जो आ गया है। इस सीजन हाउजेट पर बनाओ अपनी कबड्डी टीम। डाउनलोड हाउजेट ऐप, टीम बनाओ और जीतो रिवार्ड्स। हाउजेट, कबड्डी का नया प्लेग्राउंड।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम की संभावना शामिल है और इसकी लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
अरे कांग्रेट्स प्रभा, लड्डू मिल गए। हाँ, इनकी हेल्थ का
मम्मी आज पकौड़े और पापा के लिए करेले।
His reports are looking good. Well done, everybody.
Oh.
आप कैसे हो, Mr. Govardhan?
सच बताओ डॉक्टर, I'm fine. Thanks to M-Fine.
हेल्थ की हर जरूरत के लिए M-Fine. Download the app now.
Excellence. Perfection. A journey. Sterling Reserve. कुछ सपने सिर्फ सपने नहीं थे।
उड़ने के लिए तैयार? इस साल तुम्हारी जान से प्यारी चीज अब भी यहाँ है। उसके खातिर अब तक लड़ रहे हो।
तुम मुझे नहीं जानते।
नहीं। The Matrix Resurrections जल्द सिनेमा घरों में।
7 करोड़ खिलाड़ी, 100 से ज्यादा गेम्स, और मैदान सिर्फ एक। विंजो, अपनी मनपसंद गेम्स खेलो और करोड़ों इनाम जीतो। डाउनलोड द ऐप फ्रॉम winzogames.com।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम की संभावना है और इसकी लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
खुद को नहीं, इस दर्द को रोक।
पेश है आयोडेक्स रैपिड एक्शन स्प्रे, जिसके एक्टिव तत्व अंदरूनी सूजन घटाएं और सीधा दर्द पर असर करें। थोड़ी हिम्मत, थोड़ा आयोडेक्स।
बैटरी 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 बैटरी।
इस इन्वर्टर बैटरी का रोकना मुश्किल है।
पेश है ल्यूमिनस इन्वर्टर बैटरीज। ये है लॉन्ग लास्टिंग बैटरी जो चले सालों साल।
लुमिनस, खुशियों का घर।
The heat is on in the final round.
And the winner is Sargon!
क्यों, मजा नहीं आया? जीतने का असली मजा तो 823 पे आता है। डाउनलोड फ्रॉम 823.com। इस खेल में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व है और इसकी आदत पड़ सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
पहाड़ सामने आ जाए, ये आगे बढ़ेगा। मौसम बदले, पर ये ना झुकेगा। टाटा योद्धा, इसके मुकाबले में कोई नहीं टिक पाएगा। पावरफुल इंजन, मजबूत सस्पेंशन, बड़ी लोड बॉडी, ज्यादा कमाई और संपूर्ण सेवा का वादा। टाटा योद्धा, भरोसा हर कदम।
Vivo.
Welcome back to Kabaddi Season 8. That man, the record breaker, Pardeep Narwal, in a new team after 5 seasons with the Patna Pirates. Started slow, he was tackled in his first 2 raids, but since then, he's launched into it. 6 raid points from 10 raids. I've got Brijesh Hirji alongside myself, Suhail Chandok, and Brijesh. Here are the big stories at halftime.
The UP Yodhas, they've come back in the last 10 minutes of the first half. 13 points. Mohammad Nabi Baksh for the Bengal Warriors. A fantastic all-round performance so far, as he's shown us so often. 4 raid, 2 tackle points. And Pardeep Narwal, he hasn't had any support in raiding today.
He's used to that, unfortunately.
And, you know, I was about to open my big mouth and say, finally Pardeep gets some support as a raider.
फर्स्ट पे तो मार देना, वो करेगा नहीं, यहीं करता, आगे ही कूद रहा है। सेकंड थर्ड पे मार रहा है, सेकंड थर्ड पे ठीक है। हाँ प्रदीप जब वो 6 है ना, 6-7 तो परवीन बहुत लंबा खेल रहा है। बोनस के पकड़े पर, लेकिन थोड़ी याद की ड्राइव है बोनस में।
Lovely insights in the M-Fine coach's corner. Second half action underway. Sukesh Hegde from the left side for the Bengal Warriors, the defending champions, up against Pardeep Narwal's new side, the UP Yodha, who were third last season. They made it to the eliminator and lost to the Bengaluru Bulls. Running hand touch gets the impressive Sumit on the left corner. Sukesh Hegde is such an asset for the Bengal Warriors.
And you could hear the coach for the UP Yodha telling them that Sukesh Hegde will go for the bonus, but Sukesh Hegde here doing the unexpected, feigning the bonus, but getting a touch on the corner.
I think he was listening into the M-Fine coach's corner as well. Said, I might as well call the bluff, guys.
All right, so this game is set up. The first half, we've seen some incredibly high-quality pro kabaddi being played. And the second half...
Hang on. Parveen has stepped out yet again. We're seeing a lot of mistakes from the defenders this game.
Just as I was talking about high quality.
1 point, UP Yodha.
Well, high quality. Pardeep Narwal turns up on your screen, we don't mind that. That man oozes quality. Parveen just stepping out, he says, I lost grip. You'll see it here, just as he's trying to hold on to him. The heel, the right heel, steps into the tram lines, the lobbies. And you can't enter the lobbies without contact on the radar.
And that's done the one thing the Bengal Warriors didn't want. Pardeep Narwal back on the mat. That's a bonus point for Sukesh Hegde.
The master of the bonus. 2 back-to-back successful raids for Sukesh Hegde. This gets tricky now for Pardeep Narwal. Even someone as good as him in a 1 versus 4 situation, it's never easy for a raider, because what the defense can do is split up, go to 2 absolute corners, and you've got 2 men who understand each other, Aboza and Migani, and also Mohammad Nabi Baksh. And that combination working for the Bengal Warriors. While Aboza ran past him, Nabi Baksh held on to that ankle.
Trying to barrel through the defense there, Pardeep Narwal. Nabi Baksh going for the ankles. Oh, that's a knee.
It's a knee to the head, and then watch as Aboza comes back around to take care of the upper body. Nabi Baksh has clutched onto the ankle. And another tackle point. He's got 3 tackle points tonight, Nabi Baksh. 2 away from a high 5, and he's also got 4 raid points. This man is the true all-rounder of the sport.
The Bengal Warriors hanging on to the slimmest of leads. Just 2 points between the 2 teams. Wouldn't make too much of it, not in this game.
And not with Pardeep Narwal, a part of the UP Yodha setup. He's on the bench at the moment. And that's why he needs Surinder Gill to revive him, Shrikant Jadhav to revive him. We all thought that he'll have plenty of support in the UP Yodha raiding unit, because that's what he lacked, Pardeep Narwal, at the Patna Pirates. This time around, unfortunately, there hasn't been that support yet from the UP Raiders.
And the UP Yodha team seems to have figured that out this game. It looks like they're playing on their defense. Look, that's the second thing. So is that the third raid? Is that a do-or-die raid for the Bengal Warriors?
It is. You hear it go off. There goes the siren. Do-or-die raid. Bonus line is not active since there's only 5 defenders on the mat. And now this means he has to get a touch point. Under pressure. Again, Nitesh almost stepping out on that far side. Huge pressure. Nabi Baksh will not make it. Oh! That, to me, could be the raid of the entire night. He has done the unthinkable. Mohammad Nabi Baksh, out of nowhere, out of being crushed by the defense. That is just astounding. A super raid, a 4-point raid. The Iranian has stamped his authority on this match.
Mohammad Nabi Baksh has done a Pardeep Narwal on the UP Yodha. We've seen Pardeep Narwal do this before. Look at that. We thought he was done and dusted. His hand came out through under a pile of bodies there. We thought he was done.
Never count out Nabi Baksh. And the UP Yodha owners obviously cannot believe what they just saw, because Bengal Warriors could have been staring at an all-out soon. Instead, UP Yodha now down to just one man. It's a do-or-die raid, and they've got the opportunity of an all-out. And there it is. Didn't even need any support. Gets the job done. All out to the Bengal Warriors. Oh, wow. This is just marvelous stuff. Parveen gets it.
That's 7 points in 2 raids. One from the Bengal Warriors, one from the UP Yodha for the Bengal Warriors. An 8-point lead. They pulled away from the UP Yodha, and they must be breathing slightly easier. But can you afford to do that if Pardeep Narwal is back on the mat now?
Definitely not, because remember what happened in the first half. They were leading by 13. Pardeep Narwal wiped out that lead in a matter of minutes. They're now leading by 8. Maninder on the mat. All 7 UP Yodha men back on the mat. Remember, after an all-out comes an all-in, and they've kept this man quiet. Maninder, no raid points in his last 5. That doesn't happen very often.
What an incredibly brilliant retention by the Bengal Warriors is Mohammad Nabi Baksh turning out to be. He stamped his authority on the game above Pardeep Narwal, above Maninder. In the last 5 minutes, the Bengal Warriors have 10 points and the UP Yodha have just 2.
Unbelievable. That's been the momentum shift that we've seen.
बहुत अच्छा काम किया.
Timeout
अभी
call.
डरने का जरूरत नहीं है. दिल से खेलो. पीछे देखो, पीछे भी बहुत पीछे नहीं आने का. बहुत लाइन तक, इधर लाइन तक आराम से खेलो. लीड है. बोनस, एवरी रेड बोनस सकेगा. हाँ. हाँ. Now player bonus. Now wait. Concentration. Fail.
The two Iranians deep in conversation.
Attack already.
That was the M-Fine coach's corner, but we're going to take a short breather and slip into our Dhani One Freedom.
Vivo.
मैं तुम्हारा टीचर, हजारों सवाल हो या एक ही सवाल हजारों बार हो, हम मिलकर सही जवाब ढूंढेंगे. जब तुम जीतोगे, मैं भी जीत जाऊंगा.
मैं आकाश बायजूस हूँ. क्लास में, घर पे, जेईई और नीट की जीत की ट्रेनिंग. आकाश बायजूस, विजय भव. डाउनलोड द आकाश ऐप.
कुछ सपने सिर्फ सपने नहीं थे. उड़ने के लिए तैयार? इस साल तुम्हारी जान से प्यारी चीज अब भी यहाँ है. उसकी खातिर अब तक लड़ेगा.
तुम मुझे नहीं जानते.
The Matrix Resurrections जल्द सिनेमा घरों में.
For 29 years, a first Test series win in South Africa has eluded us. After such a long wait, can Team India quench their first cup thirst? Believe in blue as India chase history in South Africa.
आज का ऑफिसर कैसे बनता है?
टॉक करके कोई रॉक करके बनता है ऑफिसर. कोई क्लिक से अपने लॉजिक से अपने बनता है ऑफिसर. ग्रूव से अपने हर मूव से अपने बनता है ऑफिसर.
जो स्मूथ वही बनता है ऑफिसर. जैसे हमारी ऑफिसर्स चॉइस पैकेज ड्रिंकिंग वाटर.
शॉपिंग की पुश कर रहे हो, पेमेंट पुश करो ना. धनी वन फ्रीडम कार्ड पे मिलता है 5 लाख तक एट 0 इंटरेस्ट. मतलब खरीदो अभी एंड पे लेटर इन 3 इजी पेमेंट्स. तो हो जाओ फ्री. डाउनलोड धनी.
Welcome back. We're coming back after our Dhani One Freedom strategic timeout. And it's a nice opportunity for you guys to go run, get something quick and jump back into your seats and strap yourselves in, because the next 14 minutes is going to be guaranteed high-octane entertainment. Bengal Warriors
Actually asking his players to not be scared. I think he was trying to say, don't be scared of Pardeep Narwal.
Yeah, he was very clear about it. Play fearless Kabaddi. Well, no fear needed there. Maninder Singh.
1 point, Bengal Warriors.
And I think he was also trying to tell them to not play too deep. Essentially, don't step out of bounds, bro.
Yeah, he looked at Abozar Megani and said, we can't have that from you. But a rare error from young Sumit on the left corner. He's normally very measured in the way he goes about his ankle holds and back holds. Or quick bonus. Rinku Narwal wants a review here, but it's not worth it over a bonus, especially not with 13 minutes to go. So that's good from Maninder. Is the record breaker. Nabi Baksh has had his number tonight. He's all the way on the far side, in the left in position. But that's where he's been launching from, into the thighs of Pardeep Narwal. Another empty raid. Suddenly there's a circumspect Pardeep Narwal. We're not used to seeing that. But that's how good Bengal's defense has been.
Look, if I was a UP Yodha fan, you couldn't fault me for believing that this would have been a cakewalk. But then the problem being that doesn't revive players. Now Surinder is off the mat. So what does Pardeep Narwal do on the raid after this? Nabi Baksh right now raiding for the Bengal Warriors.
8 raid points. He has not been tackled tonight. He opens
from the Bengal Warriors. That done.
Our Vivo perfect fans are loving it as well. Delighted by every moment. Good moves there, Bridge.
Pardeep Narwal. 7 raids for you, Sohail. You called it. You called it early. The Bengal Warriors looking like an incredibly well-settled, well-oiled machine. On day one, game one, bro.
And that's the beauty of a team that's kept most of their personnel, including the coaching staff. Oh, that is beautifully done, but hang on.
Get it out! 1 point! UP Yodha!
Just thought about it because you saw defender stepping over the end line, but by then there was already contact between the defender and the raider. There you go. There's contact, and then the defender steps out. He still keeps part of his body in bounds, and that's why the defender isn't out on that occasion. Just a point to Nitesh Kumar and UP's defense.
Bonus point! UP Yodha!
It's 7 points now between the two. 7 and 15 to play. This is going to be a tight game.
Far from over. This is far from over. But when you've got this man leading the charge, Nabi Baksh, he's got a stable head on his shoulders. He'll try and control the clock. And the big advantage that Bengal have right now, Bridge, is that Pardeep Narwal is on the bench.
Which is exactly what Nabi Baksh did. Ran the clock down. He's been off court for almost 12 minutes now. And if you have your top player, oh, that's well done.
He's turning into a nice bright spark, Rohit Tomar. He's been the super sub for them. And I'd love to see more of this young man. On his Vivo Pro Kabaddi debut, he has impressed us already.
100% strike rate for him tonight. 3 raid points, 4 raid points in 4 raids.
And this is where Sukesh Hegde has to use all that experience. Look for the bonus if you have to. Just don't get caught. You don't need it. He's had a few looks at the bonus. I don't think he crossed the black line. To me, that's not a bonus. Yeah, it's not been given either. You've got to get past the black line, not cut it. And the matches just get better and better. Tomorrow night, the Dabang Delhi KC take on Rahul Chaudhary and the Puneri Paltan, and the Naveen Express will lead the charge for Dabang Delhi.
Captain, control your team.
Can you just feel the pressure building on the Bengal Warriors here slowly? The last 5 minutes, the UP Yodha have had the better of them. They've had 6 points to Bengal's 2.
Yeah, there is a momentum shift, and we head across to listen in our M5 Coach's Corner. It is Coach BC Ramesh of the Bengal Warriors.
ये कैच करोगे तो मैच भी अपने हाथ में है, ठीक है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, प्रेशर जरूरत नहीं है, प्रेशर लेने की जरूरत नहीं, मैच तुम जीतोगे आराम से, ठीक है बेटा. Which you want, Rohit? You want pick up Monday? Which place? No, but you said only 4 raids. Change. One defense. You read it inside. We left. Abu's right. Okay. So, क्या नाम गेले? One change. Which place? Left corner, me right corner. One left change. Right corner, left corner. Change, Praveen. Okay. We can on the count. We can on with right corner. Okay. Now ride next change. Okay. Now ride me.
Now it's nice to hear that BC Ramesh is listening to his players. Abozar Megani and Nabi Baksh said, we want one change. We want a change in defense. We want Parveen off. We want a different left corner in. But for now, they are raiding, and it's Sukesh Hegde to start proceedings. And it's a do-or-die raid.
That's what BC Ramesh said. He said, I think one raid and then we'll look at a change.
It's a do-or-die raid. Sukesh has the bonus on, but he was nowhere close to getting past the bonus line. That was a better attempt. But he has to be absolutely certain in a do-or-die raid that he's got it. And he wasn't certain. This is certainly more than 1 point. It's a 2-point raid. It could be a bonus as well. It is a super raid for the superb Sukesh Hegde.
Sukesh Hegde backing himself there, backing his strength, almost running into the defender. It was pre-planned. That was not an error on Sukesh Hegde's part. That was not a lucky point.
And now they don't need a change in the defense either, because he's got 2 revivals. Rinku Narwal is back in the left corner. Look at the lead now. It's 9 points. Look at the lead now. It's 9 points. And guess what? Pardeep Narwal is still warming the bench. They have kept him off on the bench for a long time. And a timeout has been called with under 5 minutes to go. This is our Dhani One Freedom strategic timeout. We'll take a short breather and be right back.
Vivo.
पहाड़ सामने आ जाए ये आगे बढ़ेगा, मौसम बदले पर ये ना झुकेगा। योद्धा, इसके मुकाबले में कोई नहीं टिक पाएगा। पावरफुल इंजन, मजबूत सस्पेंशन, बड़ी लोड बॉडी, ज्यादा कमाई और संपूर्ण सेवा का वादा। टाटा योद्धा, भरोसा हर कदम।
The heat is on in the final round.
And the winner is Sargon!
क्यों मजा नहीं आया? जीतने का असली मजा तो 823 पे आता है। डाउनलोड फ्रॉम 823.com। इस खेल में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व है और इसकी आदत पड़ सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
So, lab test from M5.
How's that?
अब लैब टेस्ट घर बैठे बैठे M5।
I'm fine thanks to M5।
शॉपिंग की पुश कर रहे हो, पेमेंट पुश करो ना। धनी वन फ्रीडम कार्ड पे मिलता है 5 लाख तक एट 0 इंटरेस्ट। मतलब खरीदो अभी एंड पे लेटर इन 3 इजी पेमेंट्स। तो हो जाओ फ्री। डाउनलोड धनी।
Welcome back from our Dhani One Freedom strategic timeout. Giving you guys a chance to get a breather, but this sport doesn't offer too many breathers. This sport is all about agility and strength. It's about how this man can make a comeback. Pardeep Narwal, they have kept him on the bench for a long time. He'll need agility, strength, commitment and speed, just like the Tata Yodha possesses plenty of durability and power with the facets of every Kabaddi player as well. It packs a punch, the Tata Yodha. And our Tata Ace top 3 defenders tonight. Darshan, who's made his move from the Tamil Talaivas to the Bengal Warriors. He's repaying the faith. 3 tackle points for him, 3 tackle points for Nabi Baksh, who has been absolutely everywhere, and 3 for Nitesh Kumar. All right, here we go. 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go. 9-point lead. We've got Rajesh Hirji alongside myself, Suhail Chandok in the com box to take you to the end and bridge the Vivo top 3 Raiders, all level on 8.
Like you said, Mohammad Nabi Baksh, he's been everywhere. Sukesh Hegde just, well, level with him. 8 points, and Pardeep Narwal on 8.
But tells you the story there as well. You've got support in the raiding unit for Bengal. You're lacking support in the raiding unit for UP Yodha. Rohit Tomar for me is the real support. Shrikant Jadhav a bit disappointing. And now a do-or-die raid for Surinder Gill and UP Yodha.
Surinder looking for the bonus there. And he has it.
That's nicely pinched under pressure in a do-or-die raid to find the gap. A gorgeous setup here in Season 8 of Vivo Pro Kabaddi. Live from Bengaluru, operating under COVID protocols. We hope all of you are staying home and staying safe. 1 versus 4. This is where Bengal will start to play with the clock, Rajesh. They've got time on their hands. They've got the lead in their pocket. They can afford to see out the clock every raid.
Time out! UP Yodha.
The coach has called a timeout for UP Yodha.
प्रदीप निकल सकता है बीच में से 3-4 में से निकलेगा तो तीसरे राउंड में ना करा अभी तो छोटी करके आ जा अभी तो मेरे हिसाब से क्रॉस करके एकदम हो जाए क्योंकि अभी ये है ना या फिर ट्रायल है फिर 3 हाँ तो फिर 3 में कैच होना चाहिए तो छोटी राइड कर बिल्कुल छोटी होनी चाहिए किसकी लगवा दो साफ किसकी
That was the M-Fine coach's corner, but we've got non-stop entertainment. Another triple panga tomorrow. The Naveen Express will be back this season up against Rahul Chaudhary first up. And Rich, look at that, match number 6.
Oh, outstanding. The Haryana Steelers versus a Pradeep Narwal-less Patna Pirates. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah, Monu Goyal back in those colours. Right now, though, unfinished business. 8-point lead for Bengal. They've given a freebie away almost. They can still make a comeback.
No. Suhail, I have to ask you this. I know that we're very fond of saying there's 3 minutes to go, there's just 7 points between the teams, you know, this is Vivo Pro Kabaddi. But do you really think that the UP Yodha, with under 3 to go, 7 between them, but if they pick Maninder here, then yes.
I was just going to say it. If in this do-or-die raid, they can pin Maninder Singh down. And hang on, I think we need to have a look at this. Maninder Singh may have stepped out into the lobbies. Now he's been given out here, Maninder Singh. But if the Bengal Warriors have spotted something here, I think Maninder's heel may have just been in the lobby before contact came, and then anyone that actually went into the lobby would have been out. It could have been a 2-point raid. They've not reviewed it. And now it's a 6-point game. That could have been a big moment in the match.
I don't know how and why they missed that. They should have reviewed that. Pradeep Narwal on raid, just 6 between the teams. 2 to go.
Oh, they just held on to Nabi Baksh. He almost stepped out of the end line. And they just clutched onto him. And that, for me, was a poor raid from Pradeep Narwal, unfortunately. He had just come back on. He should have got at least 1 point there. He had to attack, because with under 2 minutes to go, and Maninder's failed raid means they've got 2 empty raids to play with. That's already a minute gone.
You know, there's a school of thought which might say that they're playing for the 1 point if you're 7 on, but that's defeatist.
Exactly, and you can't do that when Pradeep Narwal is still there. You can't do that when you've got a man who's taken 8 points in a single raid. And I think maybe Pradeep Narwal is tired, because otherwise, why are we seeing Rohit Tomar and not Pradeep Narwal raiding? Nope, no touch there. No touch there, says the umpire. He's carried momentum into the lobbies, and they want a review. Rohit Tomar thinks he got a touch, and so they'll have to use a review here. Our umpire said there was no touch, and he carried momentum into the lobbies.
Number 98, stand there.
They have a review, may as well use it. There's just 120 on the clock.
Just a little perplexed with the strategy here.
UP Yodha challenge touch point. Our decision, no touch. Redder out. Please review.
Pradeep Narwal on court, but he's not been raiding. Something's up with that man. And there lies a story in itself. But Rohit Tomar has done a good job as a super sub. This is what we're looking for. A touch on the fly. Ooh, the faintest of touches possibly. Are we seeing that left chest, the shirt just flutter a little bit? Look at the extension of the hand. Beautiful balance.
You took the words out of my mouth. That's an incredible extension. The left side of the body.
You know, we all talked about Shrikant Jadhav and Surinder Gill being the support raiders for Pradeep Narwal. This man, for me, Rohit Tomar, on his debut, has been the best support for Pradeep. Decision coming.
Incredible athleticism.
This could be a huge decision.
Yes. Okay. Review unsuccessful. No touch point. Redder out 1 point. Bengal Warriors. Captain,
it was
no
inconclusive.
is over.
And you can't overturn the decision, therefore. And that's a good decision for me from the TV umpire. Pradeep Narwal is still on court. But as a result of that miss, Rohit Tomar carried too much momentum into the lobbies. He's on the bench, and now it's a 7-point lead.
You know, you were saying you were perplexed by the strategy the UP Yodha was employing, but my question is what strategy?
Yeah, exactly. You've got Pardeep Narwal there. Even at 70%, you'd rather use Pardeep Narwal than a young man who's playing his first Pro Kabaddi game.
And now there's... What?
Surendra Gill, quick bonus.
Bonus point! UP Yodha!
Just, are they playing for just that 1 point? I would be disappointed if that's the attitude, because remember, let's explain that to you. If you lose the contest by 7 points or less, you still take 1 point away from the match. 5 points for a win, 3 for a tie, 1 for a loss.
Yes, please come
by 7 or less.
No bonus. Okay, please go back.
Oh, and they're reviewing it.
Bengal Warriors challenge, no bonus. Hard decision, bonus. Please review.
Have a buck, spend it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And they don't even want to give UP Yodha that 1 point. Now remember, come the end of the season, if you get that 1 point somewhere, it could add up. And that's what Bengal Warriors are doing. They're saying, do not give them even 1 point. And you can see them looking at the scoreboard and calculating. Oh, hang on. Remember, 4-foot has to be over the black line. Trailing foot has to be up in the air. Trailing foot was in the air, but I think the 4-foot was cutting the black line. And when it went over, the trailing foot dropped on court. It's a very, very close one. Watch this here. Now, trailing foot up in the air, 4-foot is on the black line. When it goes over the black line, does the trailing foot drop? In that case, it will be a good review and no bonus.
I'm not going to call this. I know what it is, but I'm not going to call it.
Review successful, no bonus.
Brilliant review. Absolutely brilliant review from the Bengal Warriors. And it's aggressive from them. It is not aggressive from UP Yodha. Bengal Warriors do not even want to give UP Yodha 1 point. They're saying we're not just going to be happy with the win. We want to win and make sure that you don't take a point away from us.
All right, Sukesh Hegde on a do-or-die raid. If they can pin him down here, and then Pardeep Narwal goes into raid and works some magic.
Well, they pin him down. That's one part done.
And there's a 6 point difference between the two.
We've seen a 6 point raid from Pardeep Narwal before.
We have, but there's still a raid after his to go. There's 2 more raids.
Now what you might see though, if UP Yodha are smart, which they've been all along, is that they'll just have one defender come forward after this, where they don't even need it actually. UP Yodha, I'm surprised by this. They're not even looking for the multiple points. Pardeep Narwal didn't even raid.
They're very clearly playing for the 1 point there.
Just strange Kabaddi, unfortunately, from UP Yodha.
And they started really promisingly.
They did. Unfortunately, in the end, it's the Bengal Warriors, the defending champions, who have kept Pardeep Narwal quiet. And the defending champions, the Bengal Warriors, with Mohammad Nabi Baksh